Okay, so I wanted to. I had a memory about something. So they were talking about this USAID and all the fraud and waste that's going into USAID. It sounds like it's inside of the United States, outside of the United States, $1 billion, and which is just the tip of the iceberg. It sounds like USAID is just the tip of the iceberg, where the government, it has a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse in and of itself. So they are looking at their own self related to fraud, waste, and abuse, and Elon Musk is helping out with that. But I wanted to mention something. This was from years and years and years ago. I worked in a non-appropriated funding job with the government. They had an appropriated funding side, and so I worked in guest lodging in a warehouse. And so my boss, he said that sometimes appropriated funding would share with non-appropriated funding if they had money left over. So he said that what they did was they would go over, well, he and I went over to, I mean, this is over 20 years ago. I have no idea if the man's living. I know the jobs that we had no longer exist anymore. It's been privatized. The guest lodging for the military has been privatized. I'm wondering if they're going to rethink that. I think that they should. And I think the military should take back their guest lodging theirself, because I think they did it much better. I know in comparison to what they have going on right now, it's like they had housekeepers who came and cleaned the rooms, and I thought they did a good job compared to some of the migrants who do housekeeping work, and from what I've seen in the hotels. But anyway, he and I would go over to the appropriated funding, and he said that they had money to spend. They had like $250,000. So appropriated funding wanted to share that money with non-appropriated funding. So they decided they were just going to give new TVs to non-appropriated funding for guest lodging, for TVs inside of the rooms, even though the TVs that they had still worked. And so he would actually order TVs from Walmart. So it wasn't like he was, ordering anything from any place really extravagant. This was an analog TV time. They were really, really heavy. And so I just wanted to mention that because it's similar to the USAID thing, which that sounds like to me is far reaching, because they're saying that the Taliban got money from USAID.